Let's talk about what happened in chapter 245 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and spoiler warning, obviously. Sukuna on straight demon time. We got fraud coon allegations, we got plot armor allegations, but he straight up confesses to the crime, but the confiscation applies to his cursed tool and not himself. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I don't think it's fraud Kuna, but I am interested to know like was this pure coincidence or did Sukuna somehow know this was a possibility for the technique? Yes, he was there when Yuji was tried the first time, but I even double checked this obscure rule about the cursed weapon being in play was not mentioned. Now, unless it randomly came up in like another chapter, and I missed it, y'all let me know in the comments. But since that wasn't brought up during Yuji's trial, then Sukuna should have had no way of knowing it, right? So pure coincidence and got really lucky. In that case, I guess it is kind of plot armory, but I don't know. Maybe Sukuna just had the weapon because he knew Higuruma's domain and he knew his curse technique getting confiscated was a possibility. So he had the weapon as a backup, meaning if he lost Cleave and Dismantle, then he could still use his weapon, right? I can kind of buy that, but it's still a bit of a stretch. So I don't know how I feel about it on the whole, but I'm not mad at this chapter. I'm not mad about it happening in and of itself. But I do hopefully expect some sort of light shed on this moving forward. We'll see. Other than that, I'm still curious just like what the plan was here because we have all the other sorcerers jump in. You know, we can only see Kusakabe here at the end, but it seems like he's acting on his toes here to me. Like, clearly the plan was to come in and attack Sukuna once the curse technique was confiscated, so I believe that's why he initially ran in. But I think he's already picked up on things going wrong. I mean, clearly the dude's got 17 lacerations across his body. We know he's a straight up master of the simple domain, so perhaps he's utilizing that to protect Higuruma. Now, I know Simple Domain, Sukin is not using his domain expansion, it wouldn't do anything. Well, Kusakabe is such an elite user of the Simple Domain, you have to remember that he can use it to deflect and protect against even normal non-domain expansion techniques. So in this panel, the one right before the one I just showed, Yuji is over here in this corner right here. But then he's not in the next panel, which is fine. Like maybe he just didn't need to be showcased in that panel, but we know he's fast. Like he's faster than Kusakabe. He's got to be. So does he have another mission or is he just rushing up on Sukuna and there just wasn't room to show it this chapter? But the Gojo copium in me is like maybe the plan was when the confiscation happens, everyone rushes in. There was the panel of Kusakabe, Choso, and Ino, I want to say. Well, I'm blanking. Yusuke. Yuji was not shown in that. So it makes me think that like they were the ones set to jump Sukuna, and Yuji maybe had another mission during this time. Could it be to get Gojo's body and bring him back to Shoko? I don't know. I know I'm on the copium heavy, but just thought, a little bit of a glaring absence in that final panel. In any case, really enjoyed this chapter, but let me know y'all's thoughts. Also, who's this? Is this a person?